As far as chemistry and togetherness and that sort of thing?
Communication. It all starts with communication. Speaking to each other, getting to know each other, asking questions, just being around each other.
This bunch haven't shied away. A lot of guys, like Frank's saying, the expectation is to make the playoffs. Like that's the standard, and he wants guys to know that. I mean, is that good to hear?
Yeah, for sure. I've been part of teams where the playoffs wasn't a question. It was championships. So I think we have the right group, good personnel, great coach. Front office supports us. So I think we have a great shot at making the playoffs.
It seems like every guy on this roster has something to prove. Maybe it's someone who has just gotten a contract, maybe someone who's in his third year, maybe someone who's going to become a free agent. Is that a good dynamic to have on a team that's trying to make team goals, team inroads?
Most definitely. I think it just makes the next guy hungry to prove what he wants to prove, and that's just going to better himself and the team. We're going to push each other. We're going to support each other, and we're going to do what it takes to make sure this team gets where we need to be. Because you win, everything else gets taken care of.
How much different is it, Jeff, when you've been with winners, you've been with teams going to playoffs, and now you're with a team that's just come out of a rebuilding, or maybe they're still in it?
It's no difference. The season hasn't started yet, so it's not like we're talking as if we didn't make the playoffs. The season hasn't started, and right now every team is 0-0, and we're going to do what it takes to get better to put ourselves in a position where we can make the playoffs. So we'll talk at the end of the year and we'll see what happens then. I can better answer that question.
Frank's known for building good defensive teams with Turner and Serge and Diaz. You and Aaron Carolina down. Alfred's known as a good defender. Can this be a special defensive team?
Most definitely. With the depth we have, with the versatility that we have, I believe we can defend any team in the league. We have what it takes. We have bigs. We have forwards who can guard numerous positions. We have guards who can guard numerous positions. It just takes a little effort and focus.
What do you feel you bring to the team? You bring to the team with your versatility and your experience.
You said it. That in a nutshell. I'm a guy who can play multiple positions, do a lot of things out there on the floor, and the experience factor. Coming to a team where a couple of guys have been to the playoffs. Myself, Serge, Biz, been in the playoffs numerous times. Serge is probably went the furthest to the finals the lockout year, but that experience is big, and we just gotta do the best we can to teach and get guys who haven't been that far ready for that.
If you've been a star and come off the bench, how do you see that rotation playing out with you and Aaron? I know there's games to be played, coach's decision, but do you think you guys can complement each other a little bit?
Yeah, most definitely. 1-2 punch. But to answer the question, I can't do that. That's in Frank's hands. But our job, Aaron and I, are to push each other, to make each other better. To when the game time comes, it makes the games a lot easier. I'm a support, no matter what. Not just Aaron, but the whole team in general. How the minute's going to be played out, who starts, who don't. That's not my call, but I'm gonna do what I have to do to make sure I'm prepared and ready for it.
How difficult has it been for you throughout your career to join new teams?
It's not difficult at all. I'm still here.
But does that help you if you're joining a new team? Now we talk about chemistry, like you've gone through it, even in the middle of the season.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the game is to play basketball. That's what we get paid to do, and that's our job when we step out there on the floor. So, no matter whom I've been with, the type of circumstances it's been under, the playing style. I've played basketball, and that's what it's all about.
Jeff, will you consider taking a knee at the anthem to protest the police shootings, the state of affairs there where there appears to be injustice?
Do I plan on taking a knee? I haven't thought that far. You know, my main focus has been, you know, practice, but you know, I did not plan on taking a knee. You know, but I do plan on speaking on the actions that have taken place. You know, I think it's something that draws concern, you know, to myself being African American. You know, something that I will always speak on until there's a conclusion made. You know, something, you know, changes, and you know, I think guys will go about things differently. You know, what Kaepernick is doing is big. I commend him on, you know, his protest and, you know, his choice of, you know, action that he's taking place. Can I say I would do it? No, but, you know, I would definitely continue to make, you know, this topic, you know, visible to the world, because it's something that definitely needs to be talked about, and we need to come to some kind of resolution about it, because, you know, people losing lives is not something that should be happening right now.
How gut-wrenching is it to see this occur over and over again? The man in Charlotte, the man in Tulsa, just several days ago, after similar incidents in other places.
Well, it's not something I want to see. I don't want anyone to lose their life, especially the way, you know, it's been happening. You know, I mean, it's a tough subject to talk about, but you know, hopefully, you know, some things and some actions are, you know, going to be taken into place, in which we can, you know, cut that out, because it's not something that you want to turn on the TV each day and, you know, see another person, specifically another African American or anybody, you know, losing their life. So, you know, hopefully, you know, some kind of resolution will come to this.
Jeff, with your veteran role, how do you feel you can better influence your younger teammates and get them to buy into a new coach's system?
Well, just, you know, sharing my experience, sharing the playoffs that, you know, I've been through, you know, the veterans that I've played with. You know, I've been blessed enough to play with Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce in Boston. I had a good young squad in OKC with me, Serge, KD, Russ, James, and then, you know, my time, you know, under, you know, Doc Rivers. So, you know, I've been blessed enough to, you know, play, you know, in the playoffs and played under some greats and played with some greats. So, hopefully I can continue to, you know, share my experiences and lead by example.
Jeff, you can probably speak on what Chris Bosh is going through more than a lot of guys can now. What do you think is going through his mind, and can you take us back to what happened with you when?
Well, I mean, to speak on Chris Bosh is very unfortunate. You know, great competitor, great player. I pray every day, hopefully, that, you know, he can play the game that he loves. You know, it's with me. You know, it's tough when, you know, 1 minute you're playing and the next minute, you know, something, you know, comes out of the blue and it's like threatening. You know, you want to be out there on the floor, you know, with your team. You want to be playing, and you know, when it's a health concern, health risk, you want to be able to take care of yourself. And you know, going through heart surgery, having been on, you know, blood thinners, and you know, in the hospital for, you know, numerous days, it's not something you want to go through, and I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I just hope that, you know, Chris can resolve, you know, what he's going through, and hopefully he can be able to play again and, you know, be healthy. I think that's the biggest thing, is him being healthy.
Jeff, did you think, I mean, I would assume that if somebody tells you that diagnosis, that not only your career is in jeopardy, but
your life, yeah. I mean, it's hard to take in. You know, being healthy for, you know, speaking on Chris, it's being healthy so many years he's played, and then now it's all of a sudden, you know, has to come to a halt. You know, it's tough. It's tough to take in. It's really tough to take in, but, you know, hopefully he can, you know, come to a solution and, you know, get things done to which he will be on the floor again.
How much will the sport miss Kevin Garnett, and then Paul Pierce announced today this is his.
Yeah, this is last season, man. We lost some greats over the last year. You know, Tim, Kobe, KG, and now Paul this year. Man, it's you know, guys who you idolize, you know, growing up. just to speak on Kevin, I was blessed enough and fortunate to, watch that guy day in, day out for numerous years. My time in Boston, and it's nothing like it, man. He inspired me in so many ways. He taught me so much. I hate, nobody can defeat Father Time, and it's tough to see him go. But I always cherish the memories I have with that guy, the battles that on the floor with that guy. He was a special player. I watched so many stories of him, growing up and from his rookie season in Minnesota. I was part of that, not part of that trade, but I was traded for Ray for the team that they won the championship. So I watched him closely, and being able to watch that guy work each day in and day out relentlessly in the weight room, on the court. I've never seen anything like it, and I know the game will miss that guy. I know I'll miss him. And I hate to see him go, but nobody can defeat Father Time.
Some of the computer models, some people pay attention to, some people don't. Have you guys outside the playoffs? Some of the projections have you, at the lower third at least. How does this team defy those odds and exceed and get into the playoffs and get in the hunt?
Win. It's plain and simple, just win. We can't focus on what other people have to say about us. Basically, they're going off, what this team has been through for the last couple of years, and I'm basing it, off the talent that we have, the guys that Rob has brought in. So, to shut the critics up, you just got to win. Play basketball.
After bouncing around a little bit the last couple of years to a few different teams, do you hope to make Orlando home beyond just this year?
Most definitely. That's my main goal, to come and do what I have to do this year, improve, show my worth, and hopefully resign in here for the long term.
You obviously had other offers this summer. Why here?
The personnel that was brought in, like I said, with Serge, Biz, DJ, some of the guys that they brought in, the versatility, the personnel, this group. And also knowing Rob, from my Oklahoma days, Scotty Perry, from my first year in Seattle, his family, and just the atmosphere here. Knowing Frank from Indiana days, Roy Hibbert, who was a college teammate of mine, played under him. So I watched Roy, but also got to see Coach Rubin the way he went about his things, and the playoff runs that he's had with Indiana. I think I just fit perfect.
So you had a comfort.
Yeah, the comfort level was at an all-time high here, so it was a good decision.
Getting to watch Garnett, he brought that intensity, he brought that attitude. Between Biz, between Ibaka, they bring that same kind of attitude.
Nah, it ain't no Kevin Garnett attitude. But they definitely bring a certain intensity to, especially the defensive side. I think they enjoy the block shots, the getting stops, the run down blocks. And you see it on Biz. I watched him last year and got to know him a little bit the year before in Africa. We went on an African trip, him and Nick actually. And his passion, his enthusiasm for the game is fun to watch. But you can't compare anybody to Kevin Garnett. So,
do you think that attitude will help give you guys that extra edge when you play anybody?
Yeah, most definitely. I think if we all bring that and come together as one and get on the same page, I definitely think we can bring that competitive spirit to against anybody.
Jeff, these guys here who are left, they're not used to winning. They're out of the playoffs by January. What can you veterans show these guys? And is it all by example? Is it with just how you work?
I think how we work, that's first and foremost, and then just communication. Holding each other accountable. I can't speak on what was here, who were here, or how things were before I got here, so I'm not going to touch on that. But all I can do is just continue to communicate and make sure that everybody's doing what it takes to sacrifice a little bit for the team to make sure we're in a position where we are in the playoffs.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.